It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news, Wayne County Superior Court in session this week with Superior Court Judge Stephen Kelly on the bench. On Tuesday, 26-year-old Devontae Batten of Alma, Georgia, entered a plea agreement with the state, pleading guilty to armed robbery and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and also agreeing to testify against his co-defendant, Devontae O'Neill, who Batten, in a statement made to the GBI, states that O'Neill was the man who pulled the trigger and killed 47-year-old Tuck Taylor of Bacon County. All three men are from Bacon County. The killing occurred in Bacon County, but the body was dumped in a ditch at Cherokee Lake. The date of the shooting death, October 2nd, 2020. Devontae O'Neill's court date has not been set, but on Tuesday, Devontae Batten agreed to testify for the state in that case, and that's the reason for the plea deal. If he refuses to cooperate with the state, then the state will again prosecute him for felony murder. Judge Kelly asked the defendant if he understood the agreement, and Batten said he fully understands what the plea deal is. If all goes according to plan for his guilty plea on the armed robbery, he'll receive a 25-year sentence with 20 years to serve in prison. His defense attorney, John Thigpen, before the agreement was signed, told his client that he needed to accept the plea deal because if convicted of felony murder, he would spend the remainder of his life in prison. According to the state, all three men knew each other. It appears to be a drug deal gone bad. The state says Tuck Taylor was selling meth to both Batten and O'Neill, had $15,000 cash on him at the time he was killed. All three traveling in a silver GMC truck, which they had a GPS tracking device on, with O'Neill and Batten in the front seat and Devontae O'Neill in the back. O'Neill was shot twice in the side of his neck, and evidence according to the state shows that the bullets came from the back and is consistent with the statements Batten gave to the GBI on October 11, 2020. Once again, Devontae Batten accepts the state's plea deal, pleads guilty to armed robbery and possession of a firearm, a 9mm handgun during the commission of a felony, and agrees to cooperate in the state's case against his co-defendant, Devontae LaShawn O'Neill. The victim's family in the courtroom during the plea deal were in agreement with the plea deal. Judge Kelly making certain that the family of the victim was on board with the state's decision before accepting any plea deal. Again, the defendant remains in jail at this time. He's been in jail for over 2 years since the shooting death of victim, again, 46-year-old Tuck Taylor of Alma, Georgia. Once again, all three men involved from Bacon County, but again, the body dumped in Wayne County near Cherokee Lake. City Commissioners met last night. We'll come back, take a look at that meeting right after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Jesup City Commissioners met Tuesday night for their regular council meeting, and on the agenda, permission to bid the HVAC units for the MLK building, which the city is looking to refurbish and put under the direction of the city fire department, but also have the building available for public use. Once again, the mayor offering to save the council money as he wants to oversee the project and labor. Commissioner Tim Caulfield wanted to bid the units out. Here's part of the discussion Tuesday with Council Member Stanley Todd, the only other board member other than the mayor in favor of saving the money.
You may not be here next year. We don't know. I may not be here next year. I don't think we need to involve commissioners or the mayor or anybody else. We don't need to commingle our personal business with city business.
I'm not making any money, Tim.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're still doing the work.
Okay, so what about times when we have a festival and we volunteer our labor because we try and make something good for the community? What about when we have trash pickup and we volunteer our labor to do something positive for the community? This is no different. If you want to spend the money on labor, by all means do it. It was something I'm offering that he could take the money.
I think we need to submit sealed bids. What's some of the other commissioners think?
I'm not opposed to somebody offering their services to save city money. I mean, as long as we're doing something that's not illegal, as long as we're within our boundaries of being able to do it, and as long as we feel like it's a trustworthy person or organization that's offering those services, if it's saving money, I think that it's notable of us to do that. I don't have a problem with it.
Commissioner Todd, I don't disagree with you at all. It sounds like, and I want you to correct me, Mayor, if I'm wrong, it sounds like you're offering your leadership, your guidance, your instruction on how to get the project done, and you're offering labor. But all of the supplies will be bidded out. Is that what you're saying to me? Exactly. Or do I have something wrong?
No, you're right. And the thing is that supervision you're talking about is the cost of probably $15,000 on this project. I'm not getting anything.
But that's what you're,
yeah,
what I'm saying is
what I'm going to tell them how it goes in there, okay, and come back behind, make sure the welds that they do is correct, make sure it's wired correctly, and I'm going to register your warranty and I'm not charging a penny for it. And and you're gonna save $15,000.
So all of the labor is gonna be in-house, is what
Yeah.
we're saying, and all of the equipment will be bidded out. Okay,
Right.
so I follow now. I'm good there.
I'm not
Did you
making
wanna
that.
add something, Chief?
The discussion continued with Commissioner Tim Cockfield motioning to bid everything out, seconded by Ray Haas, but things got a little heated before the motion was voted on.
Motion, I'm making the motion. Hold on, this is a point of order.
no.
I'm making the motion, and he seconded the motion. All you get to do is vote.
I get discussed if I want to discuss.
We're not on discussion, we're stating the motion.
Hey,
I'm motion, I can state the
We've
motion.
got a motion, we have a second.
We can talk.
We have a motion, we have a second, we are at
We
discussion.
can talk.
Okay.
We can talk.
So we are at discussion.
You can speak. Yeah, all right, speak. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ray.
we're at discussion.
You can, absolutely.
No,
Thank
you
you.
restated the motion
You have the
incorrectly.
floor.
The motion is not to pay more money, the motion is to allow the fire chief to accept sealed bids on the air conditioners.
Well, forgive me for restating it wrong. Let me just do it for discussion. In discussion,
Okay, now we're at discussion.
in that discussion, doing that is going to cost the city an extra 10 to 15, if that's what the city wishes to do, rather than invest that in something else.
That's your opinion.
It's not opinion, it's fact. That's a fact.
It's an opinion.
Well, when you get your bids, compare that to what I was talking about, and you'll find that. I know what I'm talking about. So, do you have any further discussion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me make sure I understand.
Thank you, that's what I wanted to do too.
If we put this, if this goes out on bid, couldn't you put a bid in for it?
No, I can't. I can't. And neither can my son, because that's still within arm's, I'm not making anything on what I'm talking about doing. I'm trying to, and I'll be perfectly clear, the only reason I offered it, it's not fire, nothing, I appreciate fire, and it really had to do with Mr. Schuman's idea with it, because we're talking about doing it for community service, for community use, and I want to see that happen. So my reason for donating to begin with, my time, again, it wasn't, had nothing personal, it wasn't the fire part, it was the part that you asked for. I want to see that happen. So I want to see the money go as far as it can go. But if y'all want to spend extra money, then do it. But it will cost you extra money, because the contractor is going to charge you probably 100% of what the cost of materials. That's a fact. I bid it for years and years, and I can tell you, whoever puts bids in are going to do that. So you're going to pay more than what I was willing to help to do. And the warranty covers, as long as a licensed contractor installs that equipment, and I am licensed, the unit is covered under warranty by the manufacturer.
The motion was voted on. It passed 5-1. Again, the motion to bid everything out. Stanley Todd voted no. Attorney Connor was asked if there was anything illegal about what the mayor wanted to do. Connor says as long as it doesn't violate the city's ethics ordinance, which would mean no compensation, no benefits, then the mayor is offering, what the mayor is offering is perfectly fine. The mayor stated that it would save the city money. Caulfield stated that was his opinion. Hickok says it's a fact, and the two once again can't see eye to eye. So the city will bid the HVAC units along with the entire project, and that was the majority vote, 5-1, in favor of bidding out the units. We'll be back with some final news notes from the city meeting right after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news, more from the City of Jesup meeting last night. Executive session on the agenda to discuss personnel. Once again, they let go behind closed doors for close to an hour. And once again, came back and announced no action was taken. City Manager Rose Marcus announced that changes are coming to City Hall. Soon they'll have the capabilities of streaming the meetings live on the city's Facebook page, so in the near future, everyone can watch the meetings live. They gave Police Chief Perry Morgan permission to bid out 8 vehicles. The budget has $300,000 in the budget for the vehicles. Again, he was given permission last night to bid those vehicles out. The city commission finally set the fees for these food trucks that pop up around town and set up and sell food, competing against local businesses. Here are the new guidelines. If the food truck is based in Wayne County, they pay a $500 annual fee, must purchase city business license, and pay the city a percentage of the gross receipts. For food trucks based out of Wayne County, they pay a $500 annual fee, also must purchase a business license, and must also pay a $300 a month fee to the City of Jesup, plus a percentage of their gross receipts. Once again, the city checked with other surrounding cities and counties to get a sense of how they handle the food trucks. And again, the new fees were approved last night and take effect immediately. The county commissioners are set to meet tomorrow and Friday in a 2-day work session. Those meetings taking place at the Wayne County Airport. Thursday's meeting gets underway at 1:30. Friday's meeting begins at 8 a.m. Again, both meetings at the Wayne County Airport, 2-day work session for the county commissioners. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.